Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to Classical, as I'm calling it. York versus Leeds United here at Argaff, the York Community Stadium, or LNER Stadium as it is now in real life. The naming rights weren't out when the game came out. Do notice on their page it just says Derbies, Roses Derby versus Man United. I think we can add a new one. Also thought it'd be fun just to compare the two league histories, just to show you what we've done. But first I'll just get you caught up to speed on the three big team matches that we played in the interim. Of course, last time out was the 3-0 loss against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Carabao Cup 4th round. It's actually the biggest loss margin we've had all year, still. And we've just played 3 of the big 6. So we have lost all 3, but it was a very grindy 1-0 loss against Tottenham. It did take them 62 minutes before they managed to score. Not the best of performances, not the worst of performances. Not really much to say about that one. Man City, however, I'm regretting not bringing you this and the following match now in an actual episode because, boy, they were entertaining. We actually scored in the second minute against Man City. I thought, hello, we're onto something here. And then I remembered it was Man City. Inevitably, then the floodgates opened and we just angered them more than anything. Yeah, so we did go 1-0 up, and then after 53 minutes, we found ourselves 3-1 down. It could have been 4. We conceded a penalty. Shaw on a 6.5 was actually flattering, really, considering the fact he was at fault for all 3 Rodrigo goals and the penalty that they missed. Or Dudra saved, I should say. That's how he's on a 7.4, despite conceding 5 goals. We poured it back to 3-2, and they immediately made it 4-2. Just every time we scored, we just angered them. Poured it back to 4-3. I was going for a 4-all, really, at that point, and no, they made it 5-3. So, never mind. And Liverpool, almost a similar story. Or Havertz scored one of the easiest goals you'll ever see. Just embarrassing, really, that one. And we made it 1-1 thanks to a penalty. Nicely done there, Madeira getting that one, and again, just sort of angered them. Virgil van Dijk scoring the easiest header you'll ever see in your life. He's still in the team at 35 years old, and Esposito, a fantastic new gen, shares his name, of course, with the fantastic actual real-life youth prospect, and is frankly probably just as good as him. Ebersbach did get one back before Havertz made it 4-2 at the end. So, yeah, it's almost like we just get within touching distance of getting the draw, and then they just go, nope, two goal cushion, please, thank you. In fairness, both those games against Man City and Liverpool, by the way, running away with the title in a weird parallel to the current season. But yeah, we've only lost 2 goals in our goal difference against both those sides. You consider these last 4 games in the league against Man United, Tottenham, Man City and Liverpool, we've lost those by a grand total of 7 goals, which is exactly our goal difference. -7. You look at the 2 teams we're sandwiched between, they're on -12 and -17. West Brom, by the way, just demolished at home by Southampton, 5-0. Southampton, the team that we beat. Just saying. Leeds, however, 8 points for them, York, 10 points for us. So, it's not much in it. This isn't just a derby. Leeds, by the way, just lost the Roses derby to Man United, unsurprisingly. Yeah, so this isn't just a derby, it's a relegation scrap. But we've got through those 4 games without completely ruining our goal difference, which I'll take, honestly. And now we've only got one of the big 6 left to face for the first time round. We do have to play Man United again before the end of the year, but Chelsea are the only big 6 team remaining that we haven't played yet. Hopefully some winnable games. Leicester not as good as they are in real life, of course, in the game. Just generally underappreciated in the game, I find. But yeah, they're a lot weaker than they are in real life. Technically, we have lost 5 games in a row, though. I say technically, we definitely have lost 5 games in a row, but morale's not too bad, considering the calibre of the teams in general. Shaw's back from a suspension, that's good news. Medina's back from an injury, that's good news. And Caceres, well, Maxence took an injury a little bit, but he is back for the bench. I've pushed him back more attacking. I feel like we actually seem to do better with him in attacking now, even though it's not his most preferred. I may have actually started the game against Liverpool in a positive mindset, because we went attacking against Man City and we ended up getting within 1 goal of them several times. It was weird how much more we came alive after we went attacking, even against Man City. We did lose against Leeds last year in the Cup, so it is technically an adventure. I don't know what I just said there, if I'm honest. I have faith. There we are. That's got the midfield sorted. And Leeds are playing in their away kit. I did wonder. So in the black and pink are our opponents today. Now, Leeds do actually have one of the best young prospects in the game in Marco Carter, although, it's got to be said, not the best I've seen him in this year's game. Still, good prospect in general, and a good player in general. That's nearly gone in. Wilson nearly scores. I did give Lentas the edge in the Tottenham game, but I reverted back to Wilson for the previous 2. Ebersbach to Escobar. Managed to say his name correctly there, but he has been dispossessed. All for nothing. Nzoki and Kana connect in the back line, and Danny in goal. Just working this around their defence. We're just pressuring them into just passing it around this triangle between the 2 central defenders and the goalie. Back to the goalie again. We pressure him, and now he's hoofed it. Shaw somehow has outjumped a player, considering the fact he's got 3 jumping reach. I have no idea how he manages that. He's being dispossessed though again. Can I just stop highlighting players just to see them get dispossessed? Shao on the ball again. Yeah, he hasn't improved his jumping reach, and that's something he can't really affect considering it's based on his height. For the most part, Ebersbach is at the post. Ebersbach's raring to go now he's scored a goal and not been immediately injured, as what normally happens. We intercept that ball and Best now takes over for us. That's a great ball through to Madeira, actually. Great run. And we continue with this attack. Madeira's moved inwards and, well, not the greatest finish. There was 4 people in that box in the end. Oh, by the way, we should have actually equalised against Man City at one point. There was a point where we were 2-on-1 against Ederson and Escobar was behind Madeira and he didn't square it. It was incredibly irritating. I may have shouted actually at the dots at that point. Thankfully, Madeira's actually scored this one. It's 1-0, York, and Braggerites currently ours. There we are, Grimes unnecessarily backheels it to Shell there. Shell's the one who whips it across and Madeira gets ahead of his man and just places the header into the bottom left corner. Lovely work. And it's 1-0 to us. We're playing on the Friday night, by the way. We're in the Friday night lights. And a win here actually rockets us up into 13th. As you saw, we started the day in 17th, but it's all very tightly packed at this stage at the bottom of the table. There's still room for improvement. I'm going to say there's still room for improvement. And actually, realistically, a win here just does wonders for morale more than anything. Like, the morale's not bad as things stand. It's pretty middling. But a win here will actually set us on our way for these games. And it's 2-0. Sean Coleridge with the second. But yeah, a win here will set us into a positive mindset for these games against teams that we realistically need to get the 3 points off. And that's... well, actually, I'm not sure what just happened there. I think he's teleported 6 feet into the air. I don't think the game's understood how high he's jumped and is trying to make amends for it. What happened? Sorry, does he have springs on his shoes? Ebersbach's on the 6.3. Maybe not quite up for it, as I thought he was. Suddenly turned over to a 7. Never mind, leave him on the pitch. I don't know how Ebersbach's just gone from a 6.3 to a 7 in the space of 5 minutes. Something weird's going on. And I'm not just talking about Coleridge's aerial ability there. Leeds lads on an average of a 6.5 basically, and we're averaging a 7.1. It's only 2-0, so that says a lot about the performance as a whole. Arguably, it could have been worse. Ebersbach going forward now. He has Shao to deal with. Nope, Shao's not really run with him. I'm not sure what's gone on there. Escobar, though, gives it to Shao. Thought he was offside, if I'm honest. Madeira, not quite there. In the Man City game, we did have another goal ruled off for offside. It was miles off, but we did have it ruled off. Grimes is not best game. Actually, Coleridge's jumping reach isn't that good. He's getting even better, by the way. I thought he was a lot taller than that for some reason. But apparently, he's just channeled the spirit of Ronaldo to get that header. Grimes comes off for Maxence. Tomiyasu. Madeira now gets that ball. This might just because we made the tactical changes, but we will commentate over it just to see, just in case. But Madeira, though. Escobar. And that's a great ball through to him. It will go over to Ebersbach, and we are attacking in numbers here. Escobar, nearly 3-0. Possibly should have been. Probably should have been. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Now can we have the change? Thank you. Although there's a media highlight from the throw-in that results from this after we've made the change. Velasquez, Best. Forward to Escobar, who's on this left-hand side for some reason. Madeira's in all the space. Can he... Well, that really should have been 3-0. Ebersbach getting a bit tired, though, so Van Gastel can have a bit of fun there. I've forgotten to put Ethan Laird on the bench again. He was suspended for that Wolves game, and I've forgotten to put him on the bench since. And right now, I'd like to bring him on, but he's not there, so good work. Got to say, though, if we get another win in the next game and the results go in our favour, we could actually get up to 16 points, which is 11th as things stand. That obviously relies on Everton and Brighton losing as well. And suddenly the season looks completely different. Escobar, Madeira, 83 minutes gone, Madeira still on the ball. Left to Best, and still on the ball. Well, crossing. I wish I could put the instruction to just never cross it, just pass it, please. I think there's a penalty involved here. Yes, Peter Banks has pushed Escobar in the box, and we've smuggled a penalty there. Madeira takes a penalty. He scored again. That's 2 penalties for him in the recent games, and it's 3-0 officially now. 4 goals for the season, 2 of them penalties, and 2 goals in the game for him. 1 of them penalties. Bet you had bets on how long it would take me to make an Escobar drug reference. Madeira, though, puts that one away quite nicely. Yeah, I've been building up to that one. We've still got third change. Why not? Someone who's a bit tired. Let's have a nosy. Velasquez. It's 3 minutes. Just give the Ox a bit of a run out. They've had a shot on target at some point. We never saw it, but 3-0. Comfortable. I'm very pleased with the result and the performance. And we play Norwich in a few days, which is another very important game. Oh, of course, it's got to be said, we obviously played before everyone else as well. So, depending on what these lot do, we might end up obviously a lot lower than 13th by the end of this weekend. Now, why can't you play like that every game, Madeira? I love these. You must be delighted of finally having ended an extended run of 6 games without a victory. Now, bear in mind the first 2 in the league of those were draws. What effect will this have on the team going forward? And then the last 4 being against top 6 teams. So, 2 draws and then 4 losses to two teams that we really do not expect to beat. I had a rant about this in my stream the other night, context means so much more, and that's probably the main thing I want to see from the next Football Manager game is the better understanding of context when it comes to good and bad runs and things like that. Because in my stream save, I had people piping up about my time as manager being limited from the fact we've, not had the best of starts. We've only lost one game in the first 6 games, just put it that way, just a lot of draws in that lot. But we played 6 of the last year's top 10. Context means so much more than the game gives it credit to at some points, and it's even in the game engine. You've got the match review stuff in the Club Vision section now. Context means so much more, and the media obviously don't really care about that, but it does get a little bit irritating. You see it particularly when teams have European runs and don't do as well in the league, and they sack their managers. Like, no, they'll get out of Europe eventually, and then they'll pick up that form in the second half, no matter who the manager is, because the team's not changed. It's got nothing to do with the team, nothing to do with the manager. It's to do with the fact they're just tired. Anyway, we've broken the bad run. It's a good team performance overall, and yes, he was one of the best players on the pitch. And no bad training performances, that's what we like to see. Oh, well, I'd also like to see that removed from next year's game. Yeah, next year's game, can we please remove the limit of only being able to praise a player 3 times in a row before they go, stop praising me? No one ever will go, please stop praising me. Especially not footballers. This is interesting. Madeira is now a good player for most Premier Division sides and can still improve significantly. I've got to be said, I don't remember his stats being that good last time I looked. And for a player that we triggered a release fee for, he's a player with a baffling history because that 245k was a release fee or just a transfer listing. I can't quite remember which it was, but we only paid 245,000. That was it. I mean, they're going to be kicking themselves for that one. So everyone that matters has played now. Anyone that could get past us has played, and we've only dropped 1 place to 14th. That's pretty good. Newcastle beat Norwich. That's the reason for that. But everyone else is minus. So 14th going into the game against Norwich. A very curious draw we've had in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. We've drawn against Hereford of the Vanarama National North, the division where we started, and a team that we played against. They've been in it the entire time. They've never gone up or down or anywhere in between. It's weirdly nostalgic. Also, well done for them getting to the 3rd round proper. With York out of sorts of late, Hereford will fancy the chances in front of a bumper crowd. I mean, they even play at a place that's named after one of our players, so, I think he'll be alright. I know it's not actually named after Edgar. Weirdly nostalgic 3rd round draw. I see no reason to change the team that beat Leeds 3-0, so I won't. I will put Laird on the bench, though. Assertively say, carry straight on, that's what I want to say. I agree with my assistant manager on that one. Just took me a second to find the button. So Norwich in the classic yellow and green, and we're in our normal red and blue. I've discovered in the interim that Alisson has had 8 clean sheets so far this year already, as that one goes over, and only one other team has scored twice against Liverpool so far. Manchester City. We're in good company then. Meanwhile, absolutely nothing has happened of note in this game. No other highlights. Until this one. That's got to the back post and Sar's headed over. I am going to demand a little bit more from my team. We've technically had the better of it, but we've not seen it. Or really anything for that matter. Fire them up, send them back out again. They still got Jamal Lewis, Norwich have, which is quite surprising. Normally they lose both of their fullbacks by this point, but Escobar's put them to box to Velasquez, who really should have put it either side of Raya there. That wasn't the end of the highlight though, as he punts that straight to Shao. Thank you, Raya. A player that I've had on multiple saves over the years. He's a good goalkeeper. That's been intercepted. That's annoying. And I would not be surprised if that's Harvey Elliott. Medina, though, clears that one out to Amian. And, did that not go out? Anyway, Cody, Tavares, has been put across. Eber's back gets in the way of that one. And Escobar is clean through. Whether he was onside at the start of this, I have no idea. He's smashed it straight at David Raya, though. And finally, we're seeing something from our side. Resulting corner has nearly ultimately come to nothing, though. I'm not really seeing much reason to change the team. They're playing good overall. Just gone attacking rather than positive, just to see if that unlocks what we need out of this team right now. Sal, though, has gone wide. And our defence has rushed back while he's tried to keep that in, so that's good news. Cody, though, on the ball, has gone all the way back to his goalkeeper. Now, if we can give that away to us again, that'd be wonderful. Emma's back. Not the greatest header there. Higher Emerson on the ball. And De Ketelaere does get intercepted, thank you for that. Velasquez, I was slightly panicking for a second there. And Velasquez going all the way himself at this point. Still going. Reyes saves. We could really do with the 3 points here. Just going to demand more whilst that resulting corner goes straight out for a goal kick. Eber's back looking a smidge tired, so he's coming off. Showers a throw in though while we wait for that to happen. And this highlight was already there when I started making that change. So we'll pay attention to it. Grimes, intercepted, but Velasquez will get on to the end of that loose ball. And go all the way around everyone. Almost there. Never mind. Best, oh, wonderful recovery from Best. Sometimes he's brilliant, sometimes he's terrible. He has very little in between, does Christian Best. He's either the best or the worst, remarkably. Madeira's coming off. Yeah, I've seen enough of that. Ducha with a goal kick, played short to Medina and all the way up to Van Gastel now. It was performed largely, generally slightly better. I mean, not helping yourself there. Shaw's just taken a knock. I don't think he'll recover fitness in time. And considering the way that game went, it's a valiant Norwich point. I'm going to say not good enough. Like, we hammered Leeds. We had the better of that one. We just couldn't put the ball in the net. And as a result, we slipped to 16th. 1 point away from the bottom 3 again. As West Brom beat Tottenham of all teams. What is going on? That was a match we really needed to win. I'm looking forward to the games that we have in the future. Now, Hereford has slotted itself between Man United and Stoke, which is a bit unfortunate because obviously we've seen both of those in this season already. And otherwise, we have to go quite far forward before we get like a double-header that we've not seen as such. So, what I'm thinking is Everton and Leicester. 2 blue teams, 2 away games to complement 2 home games from today. Until next time, ta-ra.